Let's set the record straight. You and me, we ain't nothing alike. Let's set the record straight. Those words you say, they hold no weight, they like. Let's set the record straight. You'll never break the man before your eyes.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Diecast review. Today we have a diecast that I have been wanting to review and just look at for such a long time. This is the 2021 Kevin Harvick Gravedigger paint scheme. I believe it was ran at Nashville. Now this paint scheme is incredible. This was like a one-time thing. If I'm not mistaken, it was like some sort of like Father's Day thing, like I don't really remember the whole story to why Harvick was the one that ran it, but either way, the paint scheme is incredible. Now, this is on a Ford Mustang, and I do believe that the Gravedigger body, or like the actual monster truck, is a Chevy. Or at least it started out as a Chevy. I don't know if it still is. I would assume so, but even if it still is, I feel like the Mustang mold for a cup paint scheme is the best fit. I don't really know if a Camaro would do too well, but I feel like the Mustang is pretty much perfect. It's got that bulkiness to like how the truck would, and you know, stuff like that. So it's a pretty awesome paint scheme. Now, I have been a Monster Jam fan for a long time. I haven't really watched it recently. Just, you know, really, I don't really know a lot of people, but I remember back in the wee little me days, I was absolutely in love. It was fantastic. It was always getting like the monster trucks in the like 1/64 scale. Sometimes I'd get like I think it's a 1/10 scale, not a 1/24. I think it was 1/10. But it was just super fun. Like, it was really nice to have that little bit of a childhood just for monster trucks. It was really, really good times. And I remember I've been to at least one Monster Jam event. I don't know how many exactly, but I know it's at least been one. And I am going to share the story just real quick, but I had this flag. Of course, little old me was very destructive with my stuff, so I don't have the flag anymore. But I had this flag, like this checkered flag, and it was just like on every white square, it was just filled with autographs from the drivers. And I don't remember, or I don't know if you guys know who Lupe Sosa was, or Lupe Sosa, however they say it, but way back when, he drove El Toro Loco. So it was only, there was Bulldozer and then El Toro Loco. There was only two. And he drove El Toro Loco at the time, which was like the bull truck. And I remember he was like my second favorite driver. So I was able to see him in person, and that was incredible, because I remember like how I saw it in my head as a kid anyway, was I dropped my stuff, like I had like, I think I had like a little bag or something with me, I don't really remember, but either way, I ran up to him, said his name, like as I was running up to him, and just gave him the biggest hug ever, because I was like such a fan, and you know, I was so toddler, and I was like, it was such a great moment. Obviously, he'll probably never remember that, but I definitely do. It was some good times. I wouldn't mind to go to another event, but like, I don't know 90% of the drivers, so it's not really worth it. But Gravedigger is still in the game, and he as in Dennis, which is the founder and creator of Gravedigger, he's got Kristen, which is his daughter. Let's see, he's got Adam, Ryan, and then there's some other one of his sons in there that I didn't even know he had till like a few weeks ago. Either way, it was good times being a kid. I just wanted to kind of share that story a little bit. So we just did the Diecast haul that this came out of. If you have not seen that, go check it out. It's like 20 minutes. It's got I think it was 17 diecast. So yeah, quite some diecast in there, that's for sure. Now, I would do like a super epic intro of this thing, but the Bad to the Bone theme song is copyrighted, so I cannot do that, or I definitely would have. Listen, I would have been, you know, all in for an epic intro if copyright didn't exist, but unfortunately I cannot do that, which means I don't really make any monetization for it to matter anyway. But still, just in case later on down the road, say it turns into a strike or something, I would much rather not have that. So just to be sure, just in case, I'm going to play it safe and just have a plain boring old intro. Now, I made a custom 164 of this, and I did do a little special intro. It wasn't the Gravedigger theme song, but it was like an FBI thing because Lionel would not allow 164s to be made. Or not Lionel, but I think Monster Jam wouldn't allow it to be made, or like some of the Gravedigger licensing would just wouldn't allow it. So I took it into my own hands. I made 3 of those. I do not have them anymore, or I would 110% do a side-by-side comparison. But until I get mine made, because I didn't make mine, I made OBBs, Diecast Buffets, and I made one for eBay. But other than that, I didn't make one for myself yet. I have the template still. I have the Harvick car ready to go. I just got to wait for warmer weather in order to strip the paint, all that good stuff. So, in the Diecast Haul, we did have a little bit of a scuff mark right here. Right there on the hood, you can see the little yellow piece. So we are going to try to fix that after the review, because I don't have a marker on me right now or anything. But this paint scheme is fantastic. Now, I did not get the Elite. It was just ARC, as you can tell by the box. So a fun little fact before we get started. You see the detail down the side here. I believe on the actual real monster truck, that is hand painted. If I'm not mistaken, or at least it used to be. I don't know if it still is now. But they hired to hand paint all of it, and it was just like so incredible to me. Now, of course, this was wrapped, you know, on the actual race car, but for the actual monster truck, I do believe it was still to this day painted every single time. And not to mention, I do believe this year or last year I think it was this year again, or last year, is or was the 40th year anniversary since Gravedigger started, which is insane. I remember the whole 30-year anniversary thing being like 2 years ago, it feels like. But I mean, obviously it's been a lot longer than that. So, let's actually get into this diecast review. Athena, quit. If you don't know who Athena is, that's my cat. She keeps rubbing up on my boxes and stuff and moving them. So, anyway, on to the actual diecast. Now, again, fantastic paint scheme. I'm so happy this finally came in. I would have got the Elite. They wanted $100, like, it was like 96 or 95, somewhere around 94, I think, or 92, I don't know. But either way, super expensive for a non-race version, just an Elite. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to pass on that and just get the ARC and be good with that. So anyway, let's move on to the hood right here, kind of get this kicked off. So one thing I have noticed on like every single one of the 124s is the Monster Jam logo is always scuffed. Like it never lines up perfectly. It's never just good. However it was wrapped, wasn't wrapped very well. And again, that's on like every single 124 I've seen. So right here, this is the hood. It says Gravedigger. Now on the actual like truck, it does not have the Gravedigger, but it does have this little arrow pointing down. It does have the flames on each side. So that is very reminiscent of like how it's supposed to be. Now on the roof, it's the same thing. It has that flames kind of on the top. So it's very awesome that they actually try to recreate most of that detail. And on the side, same thing. It's got the Gravedigger thing there, and it's got the little ghosts and all that like graveyard down by the side. Of course, there's no like bush light or anything, but it's got the little like Halloween like house. So everything how it's laid out is pretty accurate, and that's like really awesome. But this is easily all time my favorite Harvick scheme. So I got Gravedigger right there. Of course, I got the Ford Monster Jam on each side. I got the Harvick banner there. Of course, onto the roof, we got the number 4 little antenna. Roof flaps to deploy. Got Bush around the back. It's weird because it's like it's NASCAR and Monster Jam. So saying like, oh, you got Gravedigger here and you got the flames. You got Monster Jam over here, and then it's like you got Bush right here. You know, it's kind of a weird mix, but it's awesome. I like it. Harvick right there on the back. This is DIN number 1032. That's quite a lot. How many was made? This is 1032 of 7,824. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. Normally we don't get that many. But I mean, this car was in very high demand. So I'm not really surprised. I wonder how many Elites were made. So here on the back you got Bad to the Bone. On my customs, I did not have the Bad to the Bone on the back because I didn't know it was there. So, when I actually make my custom, for my collection, I'll actually have a Bad to the Bone on the back. Got Mobile 1, got the number 4 right there, of course, with the Mustang. Oh, are those molded? Yeah, they feel molded. I thought they were just a sticker, which is actually inaccurate because they're supposed to be a sticker. Huh, I mean, I'm good with that, but I didn't know that. Got the little ghost right there, Gravedigger. I think my favorite edition of the Gravedigger paint scheme was the 25th anniversary, whatever the green ghost was. That one was my favorite. Got the Hunt Brothers Pizza right there, Jimmy John's, Haas. Got the Gravedigger, of course, Mobile 1. Got Kevin Harvick, no winter stickers, because he didn't win this season. Or even at the time it was rainy, he didn't win. Let's see. Ford, Mobile 1, Haas, Hunt Brothers Pizza, I couldn't think of the thing for a reason. Rush, Truck Centers, Busch Light, Alk Salta, can't remember that one. But again, let's look at all the detail. Again, I'm pretty sure that is all hand-painted, which is incredible. Major props to whoever designed that. Did I mention the deck lid? I don't know if it did. Monster Jam and Gravedigger on the deck lid. I don't remember mentioning that. So just in case, we'll cover it again. You got the little Halloween type house back there. At least it always reminded me of Halloween. Got the Monster Jam right there. NASCAR race car. Got the NASCAR Cup Series. Got the Goodyear right there, of course, with the Goodyear tires. So you got the Sunoco there. On to the front end, got the Mustang. Of course, you got the little horse right there, or the Mustang. The yellow number 4, Stuart Haas, and that pretty much does it for the detail review. Again, fantastic paint scheme. I don't know how many Elites were made, and I also don't know if there was any special finishes. I think it was just Elite and ARC. I don't think there was any, like, liquid colors or Galaxy finishes. I would like to see a Galaxy finish with the black. That would have been probably pretty nice, honestly. So that is it for the exterior. Let's take a look underneath the hood, because I almost forgot that. There we go. Just tap the bottom a little bit, and it actually comes open pretty good, so I'm not going to complain about that. Normally I have to pry them open. So there's the engine detail. Not a whole lot. Of course, got the blue for the Ford. And then we got the Powered by Ford, Mobile 1, Haas, and Wix. Or Wix filters, to be exact. So yeah, fantastic paint scheme. I will more than likely never get rid of this paint scheme, or this car in general, because it's, like, really nice. Now, again, I wish I got it in Elite. I wish I got the antennas and stuff, but I'm not paying $90-some odd for a non-race win. Yes, this paint scheme is phenomenal, but I think I'm pretty good with just ARC in this case. But with that being said, I do believe that'll be all for this Diecast review, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.